On May 20th, we had an aggravated robbery and an aggravated assault that occurred at 2400 South Congress Avenue at the HEB parking lot. The event occurred at about 1:30 in the morning as a customer was leaving the store. She walked around to the side of the building where she was parked. She was approached by an unknown male who demanded that she give him a ride. When she refused, the subject demanded her purse and the contents of her purse. There was a brief struggle over the purse, and during that struggle, the suspect struck the victim several times. In the course of striking the victim, the suspect caused severe lacerations to the neck and throat area of the victim. The suspect then took the purse and fled from the scene. The victim went back around the building and was aided by the security guard there at the store. An EMS was called. Initially, they were concerned that the victim might die as a result of her wounds. However, she was transported to the Brackenridge Trauma Center, and after surgery, she was able to be saved. During the follow-up investigation, our detectives were contacted by a parole officer who was concerned about a parolee under his supervision who had absconded. This person had been under intensive supervision, which meant they wore a GPS monitor on their ankle and that they were required to live in a transitional housing center. The parolee had defeated the device either by deactivating it or allowing it to discharge, and the GPS unit was not functioning, and they had not reported to the transitional center. Because of this person's violent history and because of the proximity and time to the attack, the parole officer was concerned that that suspect might have been involved. A parole warrant was issued on the suspect. His name is Edward Bennett, and he was arrested on May 23rd by Austin patrol officers. Following his arrest, he was interviewed by robbery detectives, and they also took fingerprint and palm prints from the suspect. There was a palm print on a piece of evidence that was recovered from one of the crime scenes, and that was subsequently matched to Edward Bennett. Based on the circumstances of the attack, it's statements made by Mr. Bennett. After we staffed the case with the assistant district attorney, they felt the most appropriate charge was attempted capital murder. And yesterday, robbery investigators filed charges of attempted capital murder against Edward Bennett. So the recommendations I'll make based on this case are the same as I would on any. If you can avoid shopping late at night, clearly I would avoid do that. If you have to go to the store, 1:30, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, then I would try to go with someone else. If you can't do that, then I would park in well-lit areas that are busy, that are being visited by other people. I might even go to another store where I know it's busy or it's going to be busy. That HEB in particular has a security guard, so there's nothing wrong with parking where you see the security guard and walking in within his view. Most of them will even walk with you if you ask them to. I recommend to people that if they have to go and they're by themselves, they can call someone else and be on the phone with someone else while they're walking, so that if something happened, at least someone would know where they were and what had happened.